Hi guys, David here from CoreTruth. I've just come off of a call with Gavin Howard from Vibrational Marketing, and the subject matter that popped out this time was around separation and duality and the impact that that has, and often the contradiction that seems to happen in the world of personal transformation, which is what you may well be in, or at least you're interested in by listening to this video, but also people who belong to some of the groups that we're all part of, where we get caught up in this paradox of on one hand speaking like there is duality happening, and what I mean by that is we'll often hear our peers and our friends talking about channeling messages from other people or other dimensions, which is all incredibly powerful messaging that's coming through. But how our heads can sometimes hear that is in separation, which takes us away from and seems to contradict the message that we have underlying all of what our work is, if I may be as bold to say, and that is that there is only one infinite energy. We talk about it, but then we sometimes, when we're sharing our message and our words, because words are so limited, and we're pointing towards a truth which doesn't often have words that can best describe it, that we can somehow get a message across that creates more separation. So I just wanted to bring this to the table today because I know that for some people I've heard feedback around, feeling a bit alienated when they hear people who can, do light language or channel from other dimensions and what that does for them in their process, which of course is a part of the process in itself, but it makes them feel I'm not so good. They put these people on pedestals and they're disempowering themselves because they're listening to the message and not what it's pointing towards. They're listening to the words rather and not what those words are pointing towards. And so, and I certainly know that whenever I've come across anything that I hear that kind of, I think, oh my gosh, I can't do that. And I just go into comparison and feel less than, is what I've come to realize is that it's actually an opportunity for you to inquire, get inquisitive about your own process again and look at how that energy expression comes through you. So for instance, I know when I heard light language first and it felt completely alien to me in my world, it wasn't until I'd actually sat with the what it was pointing towards, the conversation that was held within that sound, that I realized that my version is through my hands. So though it's a language, as we're calling it, we have many different languages. We have languages that are verbal, and there's languages that are non-verbal and that are physical, And so I see this as an invitation for you to inquire and to own how the truth, big T truth, moves through you, and play with it and have fun with it. It's a challenge, isn't it, when we're humans and we have these words that point towards something, but they just don't quite get the essence, which is why often, returning to the present moment means allowing a lot of that clutter and that noise to fall away and to be with yourself, be in the silence and listen and to feel, in fact, to feel for your response. So I'd love to hear if anyone else, has this experience and would even want to comment about it below or disagrees with me or but I would love to put that into the space today. And if you were feeling like you were, feeling a little less than, or the not good enough stuff was coming up, especially, when you're witnessing people sharing things in an unfamiliar way, then just sit with and ask the question, how is it that this moves through me? And pay attention to your response. Much love. Speak to you soon. Bye for now.